I'm doing the Babish thing. I am not proud of this, but I once watched a X reacts to Y video of a chef reacting to a Babish video, among other things.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I like what he's doing here and here and here." And dear God, that's a lot of salt. Because I don't know if you've ever watched Binging with Babish, but he loves him some kosher salt. I think he put like a pinch of kosher salt in a carbonara.
Wait,
and the chef was
what
like,
you do.
You salt the pasta,
Mm-hmm.
and then you add guanciale. And then you need more salt, I guess. I don't know.
How do you feel about this, Matthews?
So I watch a lot of Babish,
Mm-hmm.
and there are some things that I really like. But yeah, dude is on track for high blood pressure.
I mean, it tastes great.
Oh, God, yeah. The duck carbonara he made.
I have to imagine it's like Paula Deen in that regard, where everyone was like, "Geez, Paula, like that." I know Southern cooking uses a lot of butter, but that's a lot of butter. A lot of butter.
I was watching a thing that was trying to go into like what carbonara is, because of course everyone is arguing that it's wrong, whatever you do.
Right.
And the history I found of it said that it was a thing that Italian people were able to make with American breakfast rations from World War II.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, eggs and bacon. It's not guanciale. The actual historically accurate one uses bacon. And I'm like, I don't know if this is true or not. This is like the time that somebody told me the opera was pronounced Turandot. And I'm just like, I don't know if you're messing with me.
So I actually know this because, well, I've got 2 culinary degrees that I don't use, so hey.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, it is one of those... It's a peasant dish, right? It's one of those wonderful dishes that was traditionally made with pretty cheap ingredients. You know, it's cured pork meat, it's eggs, it's pasta, it's cheese. But because it is a more classical dish, people have very strict rules. About to make Italians mad.
I'm ready. Bring it. Let's hear it.
Well, I mean, I'm Italian myself, so hey, you know.
All right, fair enough. Why? But I'm watching you.
Yeah. Do you have pork products? Do you have eggs? Do you have hard cheese? If so, you've got carbonara.
Yeah.
However,
that's my
if you use
experience.
a cream sauce,
Like, carbonara is essentially like, you're making mayonnaise. Like, it's an emulsion, right?
kind of.
I guess it's more like a hollandaise.
It's kind of a savory custard.
Okay.
So whenever I'm making carbonara at home, like when I'm like, I've got noodles ready, right? I've boiled them. So what do I want to do? I'm going to add some olive oil to my still hot pot that I just put all the...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I want to hear what you have to say. But I was like, I guess I'll add olive oil.
I think the why was it.
Yeah, I'll add the olive oil to the pot, and then I'll dump all my noodles back in, and then I'll crack 2 eggs, and then just throw them in and mix them up with all the noodles. And I'm like, sure. And I know that's not carbonara, but it's like how the whole process. I kind of was like, I can just have like pasta and meat and egg and then season it, and it's nice to put egg in my pasta. But I'm clearly not doing it right.
Sorry.
So
So
funny.
tell me what to do.
I actually got a job at a restaurant once by making carbonara. So what you want to do is, or again, opinions. You want to render some, preferably guanciale, but pancetta, bacon.
Amatriciana.
That's a sauce.
Sorry, you're right. I meant the guanciale. God, sorry. Continue.
And render it with some garlic in there. Remove from pan once nice and crispy. You make your pasta. You throw your pasta in the pan with the eggs, with what seems like way too much cheese, and just mix the hell out of it. And then add back in the bacon and garlic. Everything's wonderful. Quick hack for carbonara. Mix your cheese and egg in a separate bowl. Add in about a ladle of your pasta water into the eggs and cheese. And mix that together to temper it, and then add in your pasta there so you keep it from potentially getting scrambled and terrible.
That sounds familiar. When I make this thing, I do. Good. All right. I've learned.
Do
a
you
thing.
make scrambled pasta?
It seems that way. You throw the eggs in on top of the incredibly hot pasta once it's already been drained, and it's like, oh, why are there little tiny bits? The eggs probably cooked too much. All right, that's no good.
Then I think you're just making Italian egg drop pasta. Which, if it makes you happy, Beej, it makes you happy.
It's kind of the way food works. Just I shouldn't call it a thing that it isn't.
But again, please don't add cream to your carbonara. That makes it not carbonara.
I don't even have cream in my fridge. I would never do that.
Italian American Alfredo is nice sometimes.
It's very hard to make a bechamel with skim milk, but if you're patient, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can, because we've done it, but
It takes a
See why
long
that
time.
might be
way
difficult,
longer
though.
than it needs to. And it's not quite right,
Nope.
but it's still something.
It's definitely something. It's absolutely something.
I didn't realize we were going to have a Beach Confesses to Food Crimes segment.
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
Hey, Beach, how do you caramelize an onion?
Oh, no. Please don't.
You chop it up nice and small.
Okay.
And you throw it into a. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to my pot or my pan that I end up doing this in.
Okay.
And then I just let it cook for a long time
You're making
on that low heat.
You're making a stirring motion as if you actually stirred them
Oh, no.
instead of leaving them for 20 minutes.
I put them on the low heat, and then I walk away for a few minutes to do something on my phone, and I'm like, yeah, I probably cooked enough, and I go over there and I stir them a bit, and then I walk away and I come back and I go ahead and I stir them a bit. And sometimes when I get all the fond on the bottom of the pan, I just add a little bit of water to cook the fond off, and I just move them around a little bit more. And also I make sure to put about like 2 whole onions in a pan so that they basically just like sit there and don't char because there's just so much water from it. I'm just saying this now to mess with people.
Yeah.
This reminds me of a story.
No, that's all accurate.
This reminds me of a story a friend told me about how she went to an adult ballet class, and the instructor was like, "Okay, well, let's start off with the basics. Why don't you walk across the room for me?" And she did, and the instructor was like,
No.
"I can't help you." And it was just like, I guess I can't do anything right. All right. Well, goodbye.
Oh my god. Just brutalized. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
It's not even a burn. It's just like, I guess I'll go set fire to water.
Whenever I've caramelized onions, I don't add anything else to it because I'm cheap and I'm lazy. But it's like you let the onions just cook on low heat and just let them kind of break themselves down over a long period of time. And I learned that from watching Gotch Cooking, where they were making curry versus katsudon, and the dude was like, I've been caramelizing these onions for 3 days, and I'm like, okay, so you could do that. You can just let them sit there for a long time, I guess. I don't have time to do that, but yeah, I let them sit for a while on. I don't fry like on hot heat. You do them on low because you want everything to kind of work its way out on its own.
Yeah. You can let them go for like a good few hours. Just poke them with a spatula occasionally.
I think I one time was like, I was tempted to use our Instant Pot to caramelize onions.
You did?
Thought I did one time.
Maybe.
I can't remember.
You
I
used a
don't
slow
want
cooker.
To...
Yeah, you just use. Oh, I think I did use the slow cooker to do it.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
think it was the
Slow
slow cooker.
cooker.
We didn't
Yeah.
have the Instant Pot yet.
Yeah. I left them there for a while.
Yeah,
Please.
you just left your onions in a slow cooker for several hours and
That's
called
right.
them done.
Yep.
Please
They were
do
dark.
not wreck our Instant Pot. I very much like the things it does. Not that he's going
I
I
haven't-
don't know where
haven't
you got all this nonsense about stirring your onions and cooking them in a pan.
Oh no, we don't have a slow cooker anymore.
Was it because of the onions?
When we got an Instant Pot, it was like, I don't need a slow cooker. I don't need a rice cooker. I don't need like any of those other things.
Beach doesn't like having one-use kitchen items.
Yeah. That whole Alton Brown unitasker thing that Ian keeps yelling at me, I was like, that's fair. Maybe I should just have a thing that, like, because we barely use the slow cooker, and it's like, if we use the rice cooker, maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a week when we were doing that, because we cook less rice even these days. And if I use a slow cooker once every year, I don't need to have both of those things. So I might as well just get rid of them both when we got the Instant Pot. And I was like, and we use that a lot more. I use for pressure cooking and stuff, which is fun.